Hi guys, I'm going to continue develop quantitative trading strategy using candle patterns. So in the previous video I create some Python files when we could make some backtest and store these results in folder backtest charts. In this folder we could store our result of backtest and some charts. I did some improvement of this code. I update it on GitHub and you could check it. So, and if you plot the data, it takes more time for do backtest, and we need, for example, you see when we have a safe plot, you could see that we have default parameters is false. It means you see backtest strategy. If plotted false, we couldn't plot this data. But let's take what happens. For example, let's see. I would like to show you how it's working. So in your case, you need to activate some your environments. In my case, it's environments crypto bin activate. Okay. And next I need to run, for example, analyze candles, and let's because we need something change. Okay, let's do it. So I import libraries and we download data for the last year for Bitcoin USDT 1 hour time series, and let's look in on the folder on the left side of your monitor, and we need to find some charts of this backtest. Let's see. Let's check. We need. I make to sure that it's working for you. Okay, it's working. I stopped it, and let's see. Okay, we have multiply of combination of patterns and price of change, but it's take many time to analyze this data. Let's create some additional script to make trading strategy, and it could be for you entry point to develop some good strategy. Okay, so let's look in. I would like to remember for you that we use pickle, its library, and using this library we store data into this format. It would be a big dictionary with multiply of statistics and another additional parameters for us. So what we need to do, for example, let's create new folder. Let's do it and here, and let's would be pandas research, for example. Okay, let's pandas research, and I would like to create file, for example, best candles. Let's do it. We use touch best candlestick, and let's do it in Jupyter Notebook because I would like to present for you some additional feature. Okay, so this is our Jupyter Notebook, and we need to import some library, and I need to change working directory because I plan to make a big quantitative trading course. It takes many times. It's a very large topic, and we need to develop multiplier thing. So I suggest we have multiplier folders, and we need some structure of architecture of coding. So let's do it. CVD means OS. We get a current working directory, and I would like to replace it into parent. Okay, found this research looks correct. Okay, it would be replace Okay, it would be place, and we need to set this directory. Let's check how it's working. Get cvd. I wrong. Okay, it's working. Let's check on directory pvd. Okay, it's working. So next we need to import additional library. Let's look in quickly, and also dataset. Let's import from dataset, import dataset. What else? NumPy maybe, and pandas we need. Let's import it. Import NumPy and import pandas. Okay. Also we need vector bt. Import vector bts vbt. What else? And we need to create controls. Pandas tsta, and we need to import analyze candle. From analyze candle it means this file, and we create some new feature, and I split this file into two parts. The first part with method and entry point for program if I would like to test it. So I can import from this file feature, create feature. This method when we create our controls. Let's reuse our coding. Would be great practice if you reuse coding. Okay, so we did it, and what else? Let's run our candles, but I would like to hide float false. Let's check what happens and explain you. Python analyze. I need parent directory. Python analyze candle. So what I did, what is improvement? I import library TQDM. This library useful to understand how many times it takes to execute this program. You see, for example, 6%. This one. So let's wait, and when we analyze this data, I need to store results into one file. It could be results with dictionary format, and we store it like a pickle format. So let's do it. Okay, but let's import some additional coding. It takes some time to execute. So we need to open our pickle format, and let's do it using context manager. And yes, it's run. You see we have results pickle. This is results of our backtest with the best parameters for candle patterns. So let's open this file. Would be backtest charts, would be directory, and results with format pickle. I need to read this data as file, and result would be I used our library pickle, and load our file would be f. Okay, so let's see what is. You see we have some results. It's a big file, and we need to analyze this file. Let's do it. Okay, so in this file I need to do some filter. We have a multiple way to do some screener. For example, if in the past I work on the stock market, I do some research, and I used a stock screener with some multiply of parameters to create, for example, buy list or short list, and I use some quantitative parameters to filter of the stock. In our case, for cryptocurrency, we need to use also some screener, but we need screener by some statistics. This is same logic. So let's create would be also empty dictionary, and let's loop. We need loop by k value in result and items, because it's dictionary. What we need, sometimes we haven't we have empty results. For example, for this candle patterns we haven't any results. Let's do some check. If len if we have a key, so we continue this loop. Okay, oops, okay, what is this? Okay, it's okay. Next, you see we have some statistic of vector bt as our backtest, and sometimes for one candle patterns we have a different period for whole position. It could be 1 hour or 2 hours or 12 hours, depends on situation, but I would like to select only those situations when we have the best profit factor. So let's do this logic. So we need to filter the key, best key. Very good practice to use this function max, and in this function we could iterate our dictionary. You should iterate by key, and let's create lambda function. Lambda by key would be what else? So we take our dictionary because we iterate these results, and we take this one. Next, we need to input our key. When we have a dictionary, in dictionary we have some different statistics in pf start. We created it before. Pf start. Let's I would like to show you, to explain. So this is our statistics, and you see we have a dictionary. This is hold of our position, for example, for 3 hours, and we have some statistical for portfolio pf start. So I need this data pf start, and in this data I need profit factor. You see we have a different profit factor like this, and this is not good profit factor, but we need to select the best profit factor. Okay, profit factor. Okay, let's do it. Next, we need to store this data into best result, best price. Okay, best result would by key. For example, some candle patterns, and best result by key. Next, we need best key. Best key in our case would be time of holding position, because for one candle pattern we could have different of time hold this position. Let's do it. So we take on the situation with the best parameters, best k. Okay, best. Okay, let's do it. So let's look at all of best results and make sure it's not empty. Okay, so we have some results, and let's do checking. For example, I would like to get free outside candle patterns. And do we have this result? Yes, we have. I need this key. Okay, if def start. This is data what we store. Okay, so you see we have some results of this backtesting. And what we need to create some architecture of trading strategy. So let's do some backtest when we trade all best candles patterns. Okay, so let's do it. What we need to download the data from Binance. Would be that Binance data set, the data. This 1 years ticker BTC USDT, time series 1 hours. Okay, and we need copy of this data frame. Good practice for us. Next, let's create our candles. So we did it before, so let's use our function like create feature, and we do it, but we have index like time series. But let's reset this index data, reset index. Okay, so it looks fine. Next, let's create some backtest. What we need initialization of signal. For example, entries would be for long position. Let's default like false. We haven't any signal. Next, exits would be also false, and the same ideas for short. Entries also would be false, same logic, and short exits. Okay, what else? Next we need to create a loop to iterate our pandas data frame with our signals. I remember for you it is a data frame with price of data and some candles patterns, and we need to iterate it. And if we have on those situations some combination of candles patterns, what we did backtest, we should trade it. So let's do it for index value in data and iter rows. This method for pandas is very good method for iterate data. So for key value, and we need to iterate our best results. And in this best results we have some items, and we need to do some logic. So for example, if we haven't candles patterns, what we interested, it means if the key would be 0, it means we have pandas data frame with candles, and when we have some candles, we have signals like 100 or minus 100, 200, depends on the situation. So if we have 0, it means we haven't this candle patterns on the current moment, and then we need to continue this loop. Okay. Next, we need to do some processing of logic. Values, we iterate our value, and this value has some values. We got these values, and we convert these values to list, and we take the first element of this list, because we have only one element of this list. In this list we have some key like statistics, and let's check our cuts price, because in this case I did backtest for cuts price. If cut price from dictionary not equal from iterated cuts price, it means this situation is not correct for us, and we should continue the data, continue this loop, and let's do iteration for checking candle patterns. So it's the same logic: list, value, values. Next, we need to take the first element of these values, and what else? Def start. In this def start, we have some candle patterns. For example, hammer candles patterns. If this candle patterns not equal what exists on the key, we not read the situation, because for one candle pattern we could have different of signals like minus 100, 100, 200, or minus 200. So I explain it. So also let's continue this question. So we did some check on error of this backtest. Next, we need to understand how many times to hold this position. So let's do some processing. It would be hold time. It would be integer, and we need to process this data from key what we store into dictionary. So let's also do the same logic. We need to process our list of value key, but we need to take key and we transform this data into a list, and we have a string. I mean, like expected change, you see underscore 1, for example, and we need to split this string by underscore, and we have 3 elements. You see 1, 2, 3, and we need to take the last element -1. Okay, that's not correct. What I did wrong. We need when I take the last element of the string, it would be a string, and I need to convert the string to an integer. Okay, so let's process this data. And we need to understand how many times to hold this position, and let's do some last check on error. So we iterated our data frame, and we plus hold time. For example, it would be 12 hours in this case. And if this data more than our row in data frame, we should continue our pandas data frame. Okay, so we did it on a row. Let's create what else? Okay, position. We need position. For example, we have two positions for candles patterns: short or long. We need to process this data. Let's do it. It would be also list from values. Okay, values. Take the first element, and we got dictionary, and I got position. So I get position. It could be long or short. So let's process this data. So it would be if position would be long, so data log I and entries. Entries, maybe it's correct. Yeah, correct. And what we need indicate like true, and also data log I is index of pandas data frame plus hold time, and exits would be also true to exit this position. Okay, another situation, we processed our short position, short, and data log I, and would be short entries also true, data log I, and short entries would be true, but I forgot plus hold time. Maybe it's okay. Okay, looks good. So run it, and let's check some parameters to understand it's working or not. Example, entries indicate value counts and true. Okay, so we have 7% of this data frame to long position, and for short entries, oh, it's 20% of data frame. And what else? Short exits. Let's check. Short exit, maybe short entries. Okay, I did wrong all time. Okay, so looks fine for me. Let's check it again. So okay, let's check it again. Okay, it's working. And last we need to create our backtest, so let's do it. Use VBT portfolio from signals. What would be loss would be data loss, and entries would be data entries, yes. Exits would be data exits, and for short signal, short because we need also short entries, data short entries, and short exits would be data short exits. Let's check it. Close entries, exits, short. Okay, looks fine. And let's plot results. Pif plot. Okay, let's plot. So we trade all best candle patterns. What happens in this case? Wow, it's working, yeah. But we have some problem. This is commercial for Binance in my case. So, for example, I would like to show you some statistics. Would be stats. Let's do stats. So you see, we have some drawdown. It's okay. It's good drawdown win rate. It's more than 50%. A profit factor. Okay, we could create more better strategy, but it's very good entry point for you to create some profitable trading strategy. What I would like to show you, for example, let's take the small commission and what happens. So you see when the profit line is decreased. It depends of situation for commission, but we could improve this strategy, and also we could make money to return this commission from Binance. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe on my YouTube channel. I make more video for you, and also I update this code for you on GitHub, and you could download it and use for own goal. And also if you have any ideas for me, you could write me. And also this sample and ideas I plan to implement to my website ipricepatterns.com, for example, to make some platform for traders to improve their trading experience and analyze data. So see you next time.